Hello there, Liverpool fans. Back with another video to talk about the summer transfer window, and the fact that we are still waiting. We still haven't signed anybody of any note. I think today Liverpool announced the signing of the young Dutch defender, the ginger player. What's his name? Vandenberg. 17 years old, and apparently Liverpool have acquired him now. They've signed him, so from some Dutch team. I can't remember the name, but yeah, so it's probably one for the future because he's not going to be playing in the first team. I don't think he's not good enough at this age to be playing in the Premier League, and yeah, it's just astonishing, really, because you'd think that a team that a month ago, but about a month ago, won the European Cup, would be buying players and would be looking to become stronger, looking to become a better team, to have a better squad depth. But unfortunately, for some unknown reason, our owners probably seem to think that we have enough in the squad. Now, if they do eventually sign players after, in July, before August, then I've made the wrong prediction. Basically, I've spoken too early. But from certain sources and certain articles and videos on the internet, it seems to say that Liverpool do not feel that they need to buy too many players. Now, if that's the case, then we're in trouble, because if you look at the other teams in the league, even Man United, the team that had just finished sixth in the league, have been able to go out and buy a player for £50 million, man. They have the power. They have the economical power. They have money to spend, but still, this is a team that finished the league in sixth position. Manchester United, City won the bloody treble last year. They won the league, they won the FA Cup, and they won the League Cup. We won the European Cup. Liverpool. We probably won the biggest trophy of them all, but still, to see City still searching for better players, higher caliber players, it's nothing to do with the money. It's the ambition. They have ambition. They want to become better, stronger in every department on the pitch. And with us, I mean, with this ownership, FSG, they just don't seem to get it, do they? I mean, I saw John Henry before the Champions League final in Madrid. I think he was giving an interview to some channel or whatever it was, and he was saying something about, we need to keep on building, we need to keep on becoming better, signing good players. So where is it then, John? Where is the spending of money? Where are the players that you're talking about? You haven't signed anyone, man. If it's down to Jurgen Klopp, that's even worse. If Klopp thinks that he's going to have the same success next season with this team, then he's kidding himself, because by the time the season kicks off, the whole complexion of the league is going to change. The teams, the players that they've brought in, they're going to become better as a consequence. Look what happened to us last season. We needed 3 or 4 players, and we bought those players, and look what happens. We missed out on the league title by 1 point to Man City. Getting 97 points, a record amount of points in a season. We got to we won the European Cup in Madrid. We beat Tottenham 2-0. How did we do this? Because of the players that we had in our squad. The quality of player, the calibre of player that we signed last season enabled us to become even more successful and to move on and to actually win a trophy. But this is the Premier League. If you don't move on, if you don't make signings, quality signings, then you're not gonna challenge, because next year it could be completely different. There could be 3 or 4 teams in the picture. The likes of Chelsea, the likes of Tottenham, if they get a couple of players in. City, of course, will be there again, and Liverpool. I don't see Man United and Arsenal challenging, because they're too far behind from last season. So it's going to take them maybe a couple of seasons to have the quality players in their squad to challenge again for the title, for the Premier League title. But it's astonishing to think that a team like Liverpool, who have just won the bloody European Cup for the sixth time, and we haven't even signed anyone, man. And some of our people are boasting that we signed this young player, Vandenberg, Sepp Vandenberg. Who is he, man? I haven't even seen him play a game. What is his quality? What has he achieved? He's only 17 years old, man. Why are you becoming happy with a young player? He won't even get into the first team for God knows how many years. You know, it's just ridiculous, man. A team like Liverpool, a club like Liverpool, and you can't sign players. You know, we keep bigging up this Michael Edwards fella. What does he do during the summer months? I mean, why does he wait so long? You've got to sign the players now before pre-season starts, so when they come together with the whole squad, they can train together, they can get to know each other, they can form a good partnership on the pitch. If you sign players too late, then by the time they're up to scratch and they're used to the squad and this and that, the season's going to begin. We keep making the same mistake every year, man. Every year. Last year we got it done early. I think we signed most of our players before the pre-season game started. But I mean, it's got to be done, man. There's no point in waiting around. Liverpool done well to keep up with City last year. We were hopeful. We nearly won the league in the end with City. They scraped a few 1-0 wins at the end to get over the line. We should have won it, really. We had the opportunities during the season to take the title, but we didn't. I think we drew, a few games at Anfield and away, and that was our downfall. Basically, we weren't able to get over the line and win it. But we won the European Cup. That's an even bigger achievement in my eyes than the Premier League title. Winning the biggest trophy in European football is bigger than winning your domestic league. It always has been, and this is why teams strive to win their leagues now, so they can take part in the Champions League and try to win the European Cup. So don't be telling me any different, City fans and United fans and this and that. You would definitely want to win the Champions League, no doubt about it. Every team wants to win the Champions League, and Liverpool have done it for a sixth time. But if this transfer window carries on like this, then next season I can't see us doing much because we're going to have so many games, so many competitions to take part in. And the fact that some of our players are away on international duty, and by the time they come back to the squad and start playing with the team again, it's near to the start of the season. Basically, they'll only have a couple of weeks. They won't even have a proper rest before the beginning of the season. The likes of Salah, Mane, Keita, and Firmino. These kind of players. Alisson, the goalkeeper. So about 5 of our first team players are away now on international duty. So they're not even going to be rested for the beginning of the season, for pre-season. So in my opinion, we need at least 3 players to come into the squad to be bought in this summer transfer window. And we have the money. There's no excuses now, FSG. You have the bloody money. What's the problem? You've got all the money from the bloody Champions League victory, winning the European Cup. You've got money from the television rights deals and the sponsorship deals and everything. So, plus the merchandise sales that they have during the year. Liverpool must be raking in large amounts of money, big money, millions and millions of pounds. And yet we're not able to buy players for some reason. We're not able to acquire the top targets. It shows a lack of ambition, in my opinion, because teams that are further behind Liverpool in the league are showing more ambition. They're buying players because they need them, but still, it shows that they want to move forward. They want to become better. And as a Liverpool fan, winning the European Cup after so many years not winning anything for about 7 years, we should be spending that money now. We should be trying to buy players to bolster our squad to become even stronger than last season. But with these owners, I mean, I don't understand what their ambition is, what their intention is at Liverpool. And now I saw on the Anfield Wrap and a couple of other videos on YouTube, they're talking about the extension of the stadium again, for God's sake. You don't want to be wasting your money on bloody extending the stadium. It's all about the players on the pitch, man. Chelsea didn't have a good stadium. Look at the amount of trophies that they won, the league titles, the FA Cups, everything. Doesn't matter about the stadium. Stadium, you can do that gradually, in time. It's all about success on the pitch. It's all about fighting for silverware, trying to strive to become the best in the league, one of the best in Europe. And we did that last year. So what's the excuse? Why are we not buying players? They're talking about players like Pepe, the French player, striker. Buy him. He's a good player, very good player. They're talking about players like Bruno Fernandes in midfield. Central attacking midfield, creative attacking midfield. Get the man in. He's a great player. Look what he did last season at Sporting Lisbon. He's in the Portuguese national team, so he must be a good player. These kind of players, they don't get straight into the national teams, if they don't have any quality about them. So, for me, Liverpool fans, it's got to be done. I mean, there's no ifs and buts. If we don't sign players this summer, then you will see that we're going to struggle next year because the amount of games, the amount of competitions that we'll be taking part in, along with the bloody Community Shield and then the European Super Cup at the start of the season, and then in the middle of the season we have to go away to Qatar, I think it is, to play in the Club World Cup Championship, to try and become the best club side in the world. And people may say that it's a meaningless tournament. Doesn't matter. You're taking part because you won the European Cup. So you need to strive. You need to want to win everything that you take part in when you play for a team like Liverpool. So for me, we need it. We need those players in. And we need somebody in centre back. Because don't be telling me that we've got Matip and Joe Gomez. We know we've got these players. But do you trust them over a season? Do you feel that they will stay injury free? I don't. I don't see them. They're bound to pick up some kind of knock or some kind of injury. They've done it so many times now over the years. Especially Matip. Matip is liable to pick up injuries. Gomez was out for nearly 2 years, man, with an injury. 1.5 years. How can we even sit there and say that he's going to go for a whole season without getting injured? He's bound to pick up some kind of injury. God forbid, but it's the truth. He's just, because his career started like this, it's probably going to carry on like this, him picking up injuries. The only sure defender that we have centre-back is Van Dijk, that you can trust him over a season. He's going to stay injury-free. Anything can happen in a game of football, but he's the kind of physical specimen that will not get injured easily. But with Matip and Gomez, even Lovren, who can trust Lovren? Lovren should be gone, man. He should be sold. And there's some idiots on the fan base, on Twitter and Facebook, saying that we should keep Dejan Lovren and use him even more next season. For God's sake. Are you people mad? Have you not seen what he's done since he's been at Liverpool? Have you not seen the mistakes that he's made and he's cost Liverpool points? He's lost us games, man. How can you even think that this man is good enough to play in Liverpool's team anymore? Lovren. Lallana, why are they giving Lallana a new contract? Mignolet, they're talking about Mignolet and Lallana still being at Liverpool. Why, man? What have they done to deserve to stay at the club? What have they contributed to the team over the last 2 years, let's say? Mignolet didn't even play a single game, man, last season. I think he turned up in a few games in the Cups. That's it. He doesn't deserve to be in the squad. What? Because he's a professional and this and that. He's saying to the other goalkeepers he wants the best for them. Everybody says that. That's all part of the job, trying to keep on side with the fans. Doesn't mean that he deserves to be in the squad if he doesn't contribute anything. Same with Lallana. Lallana was at the bloody front of the bloody bus on the European Cup parade. What did he do? He didn't contribute nothing to the season. What did Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain do? They had injuries, yeah, but they need to prove their worth, man. I don't want these kind of players in my squad. If they're not going to contribute anything to the team, if they're not going to play, then what's the point in keeping them in the squad? What is the point in giving them a new contract, man? That's madness. You should be getting rid of these players, Jurgen Klopp. Sell them. Sell them and try and get in as much money as you can. And then you can go out and buy a replacement. An even better player than these players, man. This is what the best teams in the world do in Europe. Look at Real Madrid. They just had one of their worst seasons for God knows how many years. And look at the way that they started the summer transfer window. They've signed everybody, man. They've brought in 3 or 4 players, top quality players, not just any players. And don't tell me that they have money. Liverpool have bloody money, don't they? Look at the players that we bought last season. Fabinho, Keita, Alisson, these must have cost near to £200 million, all these players. Alisson was 67, Fabinho 39, Keita 56. So it's near to £200 million, the cost of these players. Along with Shaqiri, who we bought for, I think, 13.5 million. But We bought him as a bargain signing. We didn't buy him as a, he's going to go straight into the team and play all the time. So he was cheap. He came on the cheap, but even he is a good player. But Klopp didn't use him. If I'm totally honest, last season I would have preferred him to play in certain games rather than Lallana play or Milner or somebody like that. It was better that Thingy played. It was better than Shaqiri played in the team, for me. But it's just weirdness, man. I don't understand what Klopp's intention is sometimes. What he's thinking is behind playing certain players. And he's got another thing coming. If he thinks that these players are enough to challenge next year, you wait and see the amount of games we'll have. By the time we come to September, the end of September, they're going to be knackered already because they have to play so many games, man. They've got the Community Shield on the 4th of August. Then I think on the 19th of August, we have to play, the 14th of August, we have to go to Istanbul to play the European Super Cup final against Chelsea, another demanding game. And of course, in December time, in the most busiest part of the season, they have to go away to Qatar, man, to play in the Club World Cup, where they're going to be tired because of the travel, let alone the games that they have to play. And then to make it worse, we're going to have rearranged fixtures for the Premier League season. So it's not going to stop the games, the challenges. So therefore, if you see this happening, then you need to use your brain. You need to use your mind to think that we need a bigger squad. We need a squad that is, has 2 players at least in every position on the pitch of good quality. But with us, the drop off is massive. If we take Mane, Salah, and Firmino out of the front line, who are you going to replace them with? It used to be Sturridge, but he's gone now. And then you've got Origi, and we sold Ings and Solanke, so they're gone as well. We don't have anyone there. What, we're going to put bloody 17-year-old Ryan Brewster and Harry Wilson into the team? You're taking the piss, man. You can't do it in the Premier League. There's no way that you can put these players in. If that was the case, he would have done it by now anyway, Klopp. So he didn't even use Solanke when he was at Liverpool. And Solanke came to Liverpool as a big prospect, a big, one for the future. He's going to be a great player, but he didn't do anything. He's too young. He hasn't got the quality. He hasn't got the experience to play for a team like Liverpool, to be a striker for Liverpool. And, because we had Michael Owen once, how do you say? Because we produced players like Owen and Fowler in the past, it doesn't mean that every young player is going to be good. Especially in this day and age, they need to be at a certain quality. In previous years, the teams were nearer to each other, the quality of teams. But now, most teams, they buy players and they become stronger in a couple of months. So, for instance, now Man United have got Aaron Wan-Bissaka from Crystal Palace, which they needed. But now they're doing the groundwork to try and get Fernandes, the player that we want as well, Liverpool. And if we don't act quickly, Liverpool, if we don't act swiftly and try and bring the player in, then they could sign him because they've got the money. Man United, they've got the financial power. It's only a matter of time. They meet with the agent, they make a deal, and then it's already done. He's signed up and he's ready to play for them. And you're still looking, you're still sitting there looking around, thinking what you're going to do. You're still thinking about the money, the price tag. Just spend the money, man. You done it last season, Liverpool. You can do it again this year. We need those players. If we want to consistently be at the top of the European game, if we want to challenge again for the Premier League title and hopefully win it this season, then we need to buy those players, I'm telling you, because the squad that we have is not good enough. The players that we have in the first 11 are of a very good standard, a high standard. But if anything happens to a couple of those players, then their replacements are not good enough, man, when they come into the first team. We have to admit this as Liverpool fans. We can't be that blind, can we? It's all down to the owners. It's nothing to do with the fans. I think most of the fans, the educated fans, the clued on fans, know that we need these players in. It's just the ones that are, the positive vibes fans and, we're always thinking on the good sides and thinking of, the best scenario. Football is not like this, man. You need to plan for the future. Look at Madrid, the amount of money they spent. in a couple of weeks, man. You know, they brought in the players like Jovic, Hazard, Mendy. You know, probably a couple of others are going to come in. Barcelona are trying to sign Neymar. You know, Griezmann. These teams are at the top of the European ladder already, and they're already trying to buy better players. Paris Saint-Germain are trying to get Coutinho in, and I think they were trying to buy out other players from the Premier League. So, you know, they want what do you call it? Yeah, they want David De Gea, don't they, as a goalkeeper at Paris Saint-Germain. So look at the quality of players that they're trying to bring in. Don't be telling me that we don't have money. We have money. We're the seventh richest club in the world, or the eighth richest club in the world of football. We're probably in the top five now, the top six after last season, and it's just astonishing to think where the money goes. Because if it doesn't go on transfers, then what do they spend the money on? Don't tell me about extending the stadium. I don't care about that, man. Honestly, I just gave you the example of Chelsea. Chelsea have not extended their stadium, have they? They haven't redeveloped it, and yet they have success on the pitch because they want to win trophies. They want to win silverware. Doesn't matter about your stadium, man. How much you get for your stadium, you know, how much profit you make from fans. Think about what you're going to do on the pitch first, and then when you get the success on the pitch, everything will start to develop anyway. You'll be playing in a bigger stadium in front of more fans, you know, winning trophies regularly, bringing in the best players in the world. This is the kind of mentality that we need to have, the kind of thought process. You know, you're talking about extending the stadium when you haven't even won anything yet. You know, you've won the European Cup. That's a massive trophy, but it's gone now. You know, we're going into a new season. We're going into the 1920 season now, and we're going to have so many challenges, so many tough matches to play. Along with the league, we'll have all the other trophies as well, all the other cup competitions to take part in. So we need a big squad, a massive squad of players that have quality, have depth in it. Because look at Man City. When they take one player out and they replace him, it's the same quality. They don't lose anything, do they? Really? They don't lose anything. In fact, they become better. Even if one of their players in the first 11 goes out, gets injured, the next player that comes into the team makes them even better than they were before the player that got injured came off the pitch. With us, it's not like that though, is it? You know, Sturridge came on, for instance, Origi. But, you know, we all praise Origi. We're all singing the songs because he won the European Cup. He scored the major goals in the semi-final against Barcelona and then Tottenham in the final. But Origi is not the kind of player that will do it on a consistent basis, I don't think. Not over 38 games anyway. If something happens to our front line and we need to replace them, do you think that Origi will score many goals playing up front? I don't think that he will because he's not at that quality. I don't feel he's a good player. He has the appetite, he has the hunger to play for Liverpool, but you also need to have the quality. You need to have the standard to play in Liverpool's front line. Sturridge is gone. Sturridge was gone anyway because he's too slow. He can't run anymore. He doesn't have any pace. He takes too long on the ball, and he can't play in the Premier League anymore, in my opinion. So he's gone now. He's left anyway, along with Solanke and Ings, as I said before. And so we don't have anyone there now up front. We're very light. In the front line ranks, we're very light at the moment, Liverpool. We need players. You know, there's many out there. There's Timo Werner. There's, as I said before, Pepe, Nicolas Pepe. It's all about the money. If we spend the money, we bring these players in. It's as easy as that, really. But it's all about ambition from the owners. They need to show that they want Liverpool to go on and win the Premier League title. They need to show that they want Liverpool to win as many trophies as they can next season. Because you need to strike when the iron's hot. If we don't invest now, when we have the opportunity, when we've just become champions of Europe, then when are we going to invest, man? There's no point in investing after you finish the season 6th or 7th. You know, you need to invest now to keep on winning, to keep on, gradually becoming better, becoming the best team in the league. We were only 1 point away from it, man, last season. So that shows me that there's no difference between us and City. Only 1 point. One draw, if it had been a win, we would have won the league, you know, with a 2 point gap over City. But it is what it is, you know, it's over now last season and we won the European Cup. We're very happy. We're still celebrating. That's another thing. You know, we need to forget about that now. We need to start thinking of the new season. It's been 1 month, man, and I see fans on Twitter and Facebook still celebrating. You need to concentrate on the next season, man. Success breeds success, and for us to keep on being successful, we need to concentrate on the upcoming season, and we need to concentrate on what we need to do to repeat that success again next year, or to win even more trophies. But it seems to me that some of our fan base, they're just, because we haven't won something for 7 years, they've become too indulged in celebrating, in becoming happy with the victory. We've done it now, man. It's finished. You know, we need to move on. When you see people of other clubs saying that we go over the top, we're unbearable, sometimes I think to myself it's the truth, because some of our fan base is just, delusional. They keep carrying on as if we've won everything. We haven't won everything. We've won the European Cup. We did that in 2005 as well. The miracle of Istanbul, when we came back and we beat AC Milan. But what happened in the following seasons? Because we didn't have any investment, we didn't buy players in, we didn't win anything, you know. We won the FA Cup, I think, the following season with Benitez in charge. But apart from that, we didn't win anything else. And in the league, we were, still in the top 3 or 4 because our squad was not good enough to challenge the likes of Man United and Chelsea and Arsenal at the time. So anyway, this is not a rant video. I'm just here talking about the situation, the reality of the situation. And the reality is that we need to buy 3 players in defence, in midfield, and going forward up front. Because if we don't buy these players, then next year is going to be very tough for Liverpool. I'm telling you, too many games and using the same players in the first 11 is just going to tire them out. They're going to be knackered by the time we come to December. By the time we come to November, December, they're going to be too tired, the players. Players like Mane, Salah, Firmino, who won't even have a rest over the summer, you know. Naby Keita as well. He nearly got injured again. I saw the bloody match against Nigeria. They were trying to kick lumps out of Naby Keita in the Guinea-Nigeria game. They nearly fucking injured him again. You know, so the same could happen to Salah, to Mane, God forbid, or, to Firmino on duty with Brazil. So if you don't actually have replacements to put in their places in the squad, then you're going to be relying on bloody kids again to put into the first 11. Klopp is just stubborn, I think, sometimes. He's a very good manager. He's won us the European Cup. After being here for 4 years, he's won a trophy, but he's won probably the biggest trophy of them all. The one that Guardiola would have wanted, Pep Guardiola, the Champions League. He would have given all the other 3 trophies away just to win the Champions League for once since he's been at City. But that doesn't mean that you need to rest on your laurels. You need to keep on becoming better. Keep on improving. This is what makes great players. This is what makes great teams. The fact that they want to keep on winning. The fact that they want to keep on developing, becoming better every season. There's no point in saying that we won the European Cup. Yeah, so what? It's forgotten about. When the new season starts, that's finished. You can't talk about that anymore. We've won it. It's in the cabinet now, the trophy. To add to our, the 5 European Cups that we had before. This is number 6. But that's gone into the trophy now, the trophy cabinet. You need to carry on. You need to keep on becoming better, winning other trophies. Because if you don't, then they're just going to say it's a one-off, like it was in 2005. It's a one-off. They won it that year, but after that they did nothing. They've done nothing. So we don't want to be labelled with that name. We want to be a team that is praised on what it's done over 3 or 4 years, 4 or 5 years. Keeps on consistently winning trophies, keeps on becoming better, developing, becoming the best team in the league, playing the best football, having most of the best players in their squad. This is the ambition for Liverpool Football Club, the target. Because we won the European Cup doesn't mean that everything's finished now. We forget about the new season. Anyway, Liverpool fans, nice to see you all again. I wanted to make this video because it's been quite a while. I think since the end of since the final, wasn't it? After the final, I haven't made a video since the 2nd of June, and we're coming to the end of the month now. So we're on the 27th of June at the moment, and it's been 25 days basically. since my last video, nearly a month. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about the latest transfer rumours, and the fact that we haven't bought anybody of any note yet. We need to act quickly because, as I said before in the video, the players are not going to wait around for Liverpool. If you don't offer them the contracts, if you don't meet up with the agent and make an agreement to make a deal to buy the player, then they're going to end up going somewhere else. I think I saw yesterday as well on Twitter, Nabil Fekir is being prized to become an AC Milan player now. He's near to signing for them because they offered him a contract. And this is the player that we wanted last year, but he's going to Milan. I would have loved to have him at the club, Fekir, along with Fernandes, along with Pepe, and in defence, we need somebody like De Ligt or even Koulibaly, the Napoli player, centre back. These players will make us the best in the league. We have to see this. We have a massive opponent in Manchester City. The only way to overtake them is to buy big players, to buy the best players, and to have the strongest squad of players in the league. And when you do that, you will overtake everybody. There will be nobody in front of us, So we wait and see, Liverpool fans. Hopefully, I'm praying to God that FSG actually put the money where their mouths are and actually spend the money this summer, because John Henry said before the final that they are going to invest in better players to, help us win the league, because he said that the Champions League and the Premier League are two different competitions. And the fact that we lost out on the league, still upset him, still made him feel that we need to buy players. So if that's the case, then you need to do it, John. You need to do it. You need to give Klopp the money and tell him, because I don't want to see Klopp coming out and telling me that this squad is good enough. It's not good enough, man. When you lose a few players, it's not good enough to carry on at the same level as before. We did it last season because we had the players though. We brought in a good squad. We had the players to challenge City, but they're becoming better. So we need to become better and progress. It's the same with all the other clubs. If you don't buy players, then you're going to be left behind. The likes of Arsenal and Man United are already behind the top four in the league. And this is why they need to spend money. We need to spend money to become champions of the league, to win the Premier League title, Liverpool, because we only missed up by 1 point. So just a few more signings and Liverpool will be up there again. They'll probably be the favourites this year. If City are going to go for the Champions League, the European Cup, which they have been trying to do for 3 or 4 years, but they haven't been successful, they're going to do it again this year. So we have a chance now to go and win it, the Premier League. Let's wait and see what their ambition is. Hopefully, in the month of July, before August, before the first game of the season, we would have bought those players, 2 or 3 players that we need, into the squad. And then you will see Liverpool, the high level that we will be playing at, the success that we will be gaining because of buying these players. Then you will see. Anyway, thank you for watching, Liverpool fans. Take care of yourselves. Nice to speak to you all again, to make this video and to have my analysis, my thoughts on the summer transfer window and what's going to happen. And hopefully speak to you soon. If there's any new news coming out, any signings being made, then I will try and make another video to go over the details and to analyse what's been happening. In the next 2 or 3 weeks, whatever happens, we shall have to wait and see. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Have a great summer. And come on, you mighty Reds. Let's be doing this, man. Let's win this Premier League title. It's got to be done, Bye-bye.